News Network at www.bayhillnews.net.
Welcome to Bayhill News Network News. News sponsored by.
You can now order your roti skins from Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins at telephone 1784-528-2979 or pick up Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins at Randy's Supermarket. More products are coming soon from Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins.
In the news.
The island of Balassos as of March 5th is now under the patrimony of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves made the announcement in Parliament today. The Prime Minister says the declaration was made by the Governor-General as guided by the laws of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The season of Lent, which lasts for over 6 weeks, was officially kicked off yesterday, Ash Wednesday, also known as a day of prayer and fasting in many Christian denominations. This practice serves as a reminder to Christians of their human mortality and the importance of spiritual reflection. Speaking at an event outside the Kingstown Vegetable Market, Bishop Calvert Leopold Friday, Bishop of the Windward Islands, emphasized the significance of the day in his message to Vincentians. He explained that Ash Wednesday is a time to reflect on one's mortality and to reconcile with God. Bishop Friday further reminded the public that everyone has sinned, and it is crucial to acknowledge and repent during this time. Many Vincentians participated in the Ash Wednesday observance by attending church services where they received the traditional mark of ashes on their foreheads. The ashes symbolize the dust from which humans were created and serve as a reminder of the need for repentance and humility. Musician and educator Matthias Williams has written a book inspired by his father's life story, hoping it will serve as an inspiration to others in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In an interview with SVG-TV News, Williams shared that his research opened his eyes to who his late father really was. He realized that his father was not just a parent to him and his siblings, but also a mentor to many in Trimaka in the North Leeward area. Williams said that his main goal in documenting his father's story is to inspire others and to show that no matter where you come from or how little you may have, it should not stop you from becoming someone great in life. Williams also highlighted that learning about his father's work with the limited resources he had motivated him to push himself to the next level and use his abilities to achieve the highest potential. The Vincentian Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, VSPCA, has condemned the cruel treatment of stray dogs at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport tarmac, where 2 schools are currently housed. The schools have been forced to close on several occasions due to flea infestations, reportedly caused by the stray dogs. Recently, a video showing a dog being caught and mistreated has been circulating on social media, sparking outrage among animal rights advocates. President of the VSPCA, Janice Nelson, stated that the organization first learned of the incident through an anonymous tip detailing the harrowing event, which took place on Sunday, February 9, 2024, at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport tarmac. In a letter to the VSPCA, the anonymous individual described seeing a government vehicle with several men who exited the vehicle and began chasing a black dog. After cornering the dog, one of the men reportedly struck it with a long stick. The dog screamed and collapsed, eventually ceasing to move. The witness stated that the dog appeared to have been seriously injured. Nelson explained that the VSPCA had previously removed 3 dogs from the E.T. Joshua tarmac, but stray dogs continued to appear in the area. She emphasized that while the organization has made efforts to alleviate the problem, more needs to be done to address the root causes of animal cruelty. The VSPCA president also expressed her desire for dialogue with the Ministry of Agriculture, which is responsible for animal handling in the country. As the New York Consulate General prepared to take the descendants of the Garifuna, Garinagu, ancestors home to Urumai, St. Vincent, on their annual rite of passage and pilgrimage, we are overjoyed with the news coming from our Honorable Prime Minister, that Balassos was acquired and now in the hands of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This National Heroes Day and our pilgrimage to Balassos will be one big celebration in remembrance of our ancestors and our lone national hero, Paramount Chief Joseph Chadoyer. May God continue to bless our PM, the government, and people of our blessed nation. The police youth clubs continue to nurture the minds of our nation's most valuable resources. Come out and support the Overland/Orange Hill PYCs on Saturday, March 8, 2025 as they host their spelling bee competition. It will be a worthwhile and uplifting experience. Investigation launched into the discovery of a decomposing body in Brighton. March 6, 2025, Kingstown, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, RSVGPF, has launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of an adult male discovered in Brighton on March 5, 2025. At approximately 3:15 p.m. on March 5, 2025, police were alerted by a resident of Brighton to the discovery of Junior Morgan, a 71-year-old resident of the community. Upon arrival, officers found Morgan's partially decomposed body hanging from a rope in the living room of his home. The district medical officer, DMO, attended the scene and officially pronounced Morgan deceased. A post-mortem examination will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. The investigation is ongoing, and the RSVGPF urges anyone with relevant information to come forward. Members of the public can provide information by contacting the following. Contact information: Police Emergency 999/911, Police Control 784-457-1211, Criminal Investigations Department/Major Crimes Unit 784-456-1810, Caliaqua Police Station 784-458-4200. The RSVGPF remains committed to ensuring public safety and will provide updates as more information becomes available. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, RSVGPF, continues to build capacity within its ranks with the recent approval of promotions by the Police Service Commission. Effective February 26, 2025, 10 officers have been elevated to various ranks within the organization, further reinforcing the RSVGPF's commitment to professional development and excellence. The latest beneficiaries of the promotion are: to be Assistant Superintendent of Police, Inspector, Mr. Mark Ellis. To be Inspector of Police, Station Sergeant of Police, Mr. Cuthbert Morris. To be Inspector of Police, Acting Station Sergeant of Police, Mr. Kenny Jones. To be Station Sergeant of Police, Sergeant, Mr. Carl Lewis. To be Station Sergeant of Police, Acting Sergeant, Mr. Deccan Chaywitt. In addition to the promotions approved by the Police Service Commission, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Enville Williams, has approved the promotion of 5 officers between the ranks of Corporal and Sergeant. Commissioner Williams congratulated the newly promoted officers, emphasizing that these appointments reflect the organization's dedication to fostering professional growth and rewarding hard work. He urged the officers to continue demonstrating excellence and commitment in their new roles, reminding them that promotion comes with greater responsibility. While we celebrate these well-deserved promotions, I encourage all officers to remain diligent and dedicated. Not everyone can be promoted at the same time, but the continuation of hard work and professionalism will always be recognized, Commissioner Williams stated. He also expressed gratitude to the entire RSVGPF team for their unwavering service in ensuring the safety and security of citizens and visitors in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The RSVGPF remains steadfast in its mission to enhance law enforcement capabilities, uphold justice, and maintain peace and security throughout the nation. All Hurricane Barrel card holders are asked to note that outstanding monies would be placed on the ATM cards effective 5th March 2025. Clients who were affected and registered for the Barrel Income Support Program are asked to collect their ATM cards at the following locations. District offices Tuesday through Thursday. North Leeward at the Trimaka District Council Office. Central Leeward at the Bear Valley Community Center. East and West St. George at the Caliaqua Town Hall. Mariaqua at the Mariaqua House. South Windward and South Central Windward at the Beaboo Resource Center. North Windward and North Central Windward at the Georgetown Community Center. South Leeward at the Questel's Evangelical Church on Wednesday 6th March 2025. Kingstown at the Ministry of National Mobilization on Thursday, March 6th, 2025. Northern Grenadines Affairs Office Beckwith. Residents of the Southern Grenadines on mainland, Thursday 6 and hashtag 39, Office of the Men of National Mobilization. Residents of the Southern Grenadines on Canoan, Friday 7th, Revenue Office Canoan. Union Island, Friday 7th, Bankyard.
We move to the regional news.
Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre and his administration remain committed to strengthening law enforcement by equipping the Royal St. Lucia Police Force with the necessary resources. A significant milestone in this effort was reached on October 23, 2023, when the government of St. Lucia broke ground on the long-anticipated Northern Divisional Police Headquarters project, originally proposed in 2016. Construction officially began on December 1, 2023, and as of March 2025, the $35.9 million project continues to make steady progress. In a landmark effort to improve educational outcomes in St. Lucia, the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, has approved a $17 million loan to support the government's mission to expand access to quality education, modernize infrastructure, and enhance teacher training. The Program for Education, Realignment and Transformation, St. Lucia aims to tackle key challenges in the education system by focusing on improving its quality, equity, and relevance. Designed to equip students with the skills and knowledge needed to succeed in the 21st century, the program aims to drive both social and economic development. As part of the initiative, a dedicated school for students with special needs will be constructed, and several existing schools will be retrofitted to meet modern safety and design standards. The program also seeks to expand access to quality education by improving early childhood development and creating inclusive learning environments that support students with special educational needs. To ensure its success, teacher training and professional development will be strengthened, equipping educators with expertise in special education, psychosocial support, gender sensitization, and modern teaching methodologies. CDB's funding for the project will cover 56% of the total costs of just over $30 million, with the government of St. Lucia contributing $9.3 million and an additional $4 million provided by the Global Partnership for Education, the largest global fund exclusively dedicated to improving education in lower-income countries. Pointing to research showing that improvements in lighting, ventilation, and sanitation positively impact academic achievement and reduce dropout rates, Dr. Martin Baptiste, CDB Division Chief, Social Sector Division, noted that the project's focus on improving infrastructure was driven by evidence demonstrating a direct link between the physical learning environment and student outcomes. This investment in school infrastructure is crucial for ensuring that all St. Lucian students have the opportunity to reach their full potential. By enhancing the learning environment, the project will help to create a more conducive atmosphere for both teachers and students, fostering a positive and productive learning experience, Dr. Baptiste said. He added that by addressing long-standing gender disparities in enrollment, academic performance, and subject selection, the program is poised to create a more inclusive, equitable, and high-quality education system that benefits all learners. This is not just an investment in infrastructure or teacher training, it's an investment in the future of every child in St. Lucia. By creating a more inclusive and resilient education system, we are laying the foundation for a generation of young people who will be empowered to drive innovation, economic growth, and social transformation in their communities. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Motley met last week with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Mission Chief, Michael Perks, and his team. They had been in Barbados from February 25 to February 28 to review the country's recent economic progress. The team visited to prepare for the final review of Barbados' Extended Fund Facility and Resilience and Sustainability Facility programs. Mr. Perks said Barbados had met its economic targets for December 2024. The country's financial performance was strong, with the primary balance reaching 5.3% of GDP by the end of December. This meant Barbados was on track to meet its fiscal target of 3.8% of GDP for the 2024-25 financial year. He also said that structural reforms were moving forward, helped by IMF technical support. Improvements included better customs operations, stronger public-private partnership rules, and better forecasting at the central bank. The government was also making progress on its final resilience and sustainability facility reforms. For commercial banks headquartered in Port of Spain declared total, audited after-tax profits of $4.78 billion in their 2024 financial years. The four banks, Republic Financial Holdings Ltd., RFHL, RBC Financial, Caribbean, Ltd., First Citizens Group Financial Holdings and Scotiabank TNT, reported total after-tax profits of $4.25 billion in 2023, indicating that their profitability increased by 12.47% in 2024. One of the reasons for the stronger profitability of the banking system last year was that banks provided more credit facilities to their customers. In its November Monetary Police Report, the central bank observed, in September 2024, credit to the private sector recorded an increase of 7.9% year-on-year, up from a rise of 6.7% in April 2024. Over the period, double-digit growth rates were observed for consumer and business lending, outpacing the expansion in real estate mortgage lending. Authorities have launched an investigation following a report made by an 8-year-old and her mother at a local police station on Wednesday. It took place on February 22nd. The child was reportedly in a vehicle with a 21-year-old man when he showed her pornography on a mobile device and molested her. It happened in Valsagne. A report was subsequently made to the police, and arrangements have been made for further interviews as part of the ongoing investigation. Earlier today, I received a courtesy visit from Honourable Greg Fergus, PC, MP, Speaker of the House of Commons, Canada. During our meeting, we explored potential areas of collaboration to further strengthen the ties between Grenada and Canada. We also discussed the importance of gender equality in Parliament, and I proudly highlighted the impressive representation of women in Grenada's National Youth Parliament. I look forward to future opportunities to deepen our partnership and work together towards shared goals for progress and development. There is a push to eradicate global illiteracy. And literacy specialist and founder and managing director of I Teach Transformative Knowledge Solutions Limited, Chantal Morgan, is set to present at the upcoming World Literacy Summit. It is scheduled to take place at the University of Oxford from April 6th to 9th. Her presentation is titled Dyslexia Speaks, Voices from the Caribbean. She spoke about it while on today's edition of Morning Barbados. The Bonaire delegation engaged in bilateral meetings with CARICOM leaders on the margins of the 48th CARICOM regular meeting in Barbados to discuss the urgent and worsening case of Bonaire, where the native people are being marginalized on their own island. The delegation extends its heartfelt congratulations to the Honourable Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Amor-Motley, on her chairmanship of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM. Bonaire recognizes her steadfast leadership in advancing regional integration and addressing critical challenges facing the Caribbean. The delegation has made a direct and urgent appeal to CARICOM leaders to stand in solidarity against the recolonization of Bonaire, an alarming reality in the 21st century Caribbean. Following the dissolution of the Netherlands Antilles in 2010, Bonaire was illegally integrated into the Dutch constitution under unequal conditions, without the consent of its people. Since then, the native population has been dramatically reduced, from 80% before 2010 to less than 32% today. This decline has been driven mainly by Dutch government policies allowing unrestricted immigration of European Dutch citizens, who were granted voting rights in local elections and referendums just 90 days after arrival. Furthermore, Papiamento, the island's native language, has been replaced by Dutch as the primary language of instruction in schools, threatening the survival of Bonaire's culture, identity, and existence. In response to this crisis, Bonaire is calling on CARICOM to take collective action, similar to the resolution adopted in the ex-CVII ordinary session of the Mercosur Parliament in December 2024, to support Bonaire's relisting as a non-self-governing territory under the scrutiny of the United Nations Special Committee on Decolonization. Mercosur consists of the countries Argentina, Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Panama, Peru, and Suriname. As CARICOM continues to embrace regional solidarity, welcoming Curaçao as an associate member in 2024 and considering Dutch St. Martin for the same status this year, we urge CARICOM to take a stand for Bonaire and support its rightful place on the UN's list of non-self-governing territories, the Bonaire delegation emphasized. Bonaire looks forward to the honorable leadership of Prime Minister Mia Mottley and CARICOM in ensuring that the island's people receive the international protection they deserve.
International news is next.
U.S. President Donald Trump said he would temporarily spare carmakers from a new 25% import tax imposed on Canada and Mexico, just a day after the tariffs came into effect. The announcement by the White House came even as Trump continued to blast Canada for not doing enough to stop drugs from entering the U.S. News of the relief helped to boost U.S. shares, which closed higher after 2 days of declines that had wiped out gains the S&P 500 had seen since the presidential election in November. According to the BBC, the tariff exemption is for cars made in North America that comply with the continent's existing free trade agreement. Canada's trade surplus in January exceeded expectations by a wide margin to post a 32-month record as fears of tariff from the U.S. pushed exports of cars and energy products, especially south of its border, data showed today. Canada posted a trade surplus of $3.97 billion Canadian dollars, $2.76 billion, more than double the upwardly revised $1.69 billion Canadian dollars seen in December, Statistics Canada said. This was a second consecutive month when exports far exceeded imports, although both grew by a healthy margin. President Donald Trump on Thursday postponed 25% tariffs on most goods from Mexico for a month amid widespread fears of the economic fallout from a broader trade war. Trump's announcement comes after his Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, said earlier Thursday that tariffs on both Canada and Mexico would likely be delayed. No change was announced regarding new tariffs imposed on Canada, another major trading partner. Hamas is threatening to kill the remaining hostages if there is any escalation of attacks from Israel against Gaza, a Hamas military spokesman said in a statement. This comes after President Trump ordered Hamas to release all remaining hostages, dead or alive, or it is over for you, in a post Wednesday on Truth Social. There are believed to be up to 24 living hostages remaining in Gaza, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said. Mexico seizes 275,000 fentanyl pills from boxes of sliced cactus bound for Arizona. Updated on March 6, 2025/11:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time /CBS/AP. Authorities in northern Mexico on Wednesday found about 70 pounds of fentanyl hidden inside boxes of sliced cactus, a quintessential Mexican food staple known as nopales. Mexican law enforcement said they seized some 275,000 pills of the lethal drug in the border state of Sonora, on its way to Arizona, and that they arrested a 29-year-old man. The drugs were valued at about $6.5 million. Authorities found both pills and the drug in powder form. The seizure took place at a military checkpoint on the Mexican highway connecting the northern states of Sinaloa and Sonora, where officers searched a trailer carrying packets of nopales. It's just the latest in a cat-and-mouse game between drug smugglers and authorities around the world, as traffickers find increasingly outlandish ways to sneak drugs into other countries. Packets of cocaine and fentanyl have been found tucked away in hair extensions, stowed inside car mufflers, baked into bread, and hidden inside avocados and bananas. Some organizations have used submarines to transport illicit drugs across international borders. Mexican President Sheinbaum said her phone call with President Trump was very respectful. According to Sheinbaum, at first, Trump said he wasn't going to change or delay the 25% tariffs imposed by the United States, but after she showed him how fentanyl crossing into the U.S. has decreased and how the additional 10,000 Mexican troops at the border is helping curb migration and security issues, he changed his mind. Mexico will not be required to pay tariffs until April 2nd. An asteroid called 2024YR4 was predicted to come uncomfortably close to Earth in about 8 years, but the asteroid, large enough to cause regional damage, is now expected to miss the planet. Still, that asteroid and others are being spotted and monitored by asteroid detectives, who could help NASA and other space agencies disrupt a potential collision in the future.
This end of Bay News Network News. News sponsored by.
You can now order your roti skins from Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins at telephone 1784-528-2979 or pick up Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins at Randy's Supermarket. More products are coming soon from Des Tasty Treats and Roti Skins.
Sports is next. Sports was sponsored by.
Looking for a place to relax with natural cool breeze and friendly surroundings? Then check the Bayhill Tree Bar, located at Bayhill Cane Garden. We have everything a bar will have. We also sell Shell 20 pounds cooking gas at the Bayhill Tree Bar.
In the sports.
Kenneth Dimber St. Vincent and Grenadines on his maiden first-class half-century and his top score of 7.5 asterisk flex biceps raising hands. This score comes in the ongoing West Indies Championship match in St. Lucia, where the Windwards are taking on the Lewards. The University of Arkansas track and field team competed at the 2025 SEC Indoor Track and Field Championships held from February 27th to March 1st, 2025. Jumper Yuri Ryan finished 7th in the long jump with a distance of 7.62 m. The men finished 2nd with 102 points. Congrats, Yuri. Denine ASC Voltaire men's basketball team was narrowly defeated 75-76 by Champagne Challenge Reims Basket in the French L&B Pro B on February 28, 2025. Forward Lean Phillip, number 11, played 23 minutes and finished with 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Tough luck with the lost lean. Louisiana State University track and field team competed at the SEC Indoor Track and Field Championships held from February 27th to March 1st, 2025. Sprinter Amal Glasgow finished 17th overall in the 400m preliminaries in a time of 46.94s. He later teamed up in the 4x400 meter, where they finished 7th overall in a time of 3:07.89s. The men finished 11th with 30.5 points.
This end of our sports news. Sports was sponsored by.
Looking for a place to relax with natural cool breeze and friendly surroundings? Then check the Bayhill Tree Bar, located at Bayhill Cane Garden. We have everything a bar will have. We also sell Shell 20 pounds cooking gas at the Bayhill Tree Bar.